There are questions tonight surrounding the latest contract being drawn up by the Toronto Police Union for its members and what has been negotiated to this point. Those on the inside say it's much deserved. Those on the outside looking in saying it's too much for the city without being able to give anything up. They stand in harm's way to serve and protect, and so Toronto Police want to be paid more.
We believe that this is a fair contract, not only for our police officers and civilians, but as a taxpayer who lives in the city of Toronto, we think, this is a fair deal for all parties. In a tentative deal between the police union and board, a reported salary increase would see officers making 11% more over the next 5 years. A significant bump in pay while the city tries to find budget efficiencies elsewhere. The former police board chair says no major concessions were made in any negotiation that may have taken place.
Zilch. The board and the city got nothing, and it worries me as a resident of this city.
Mukherjee believes a change in shift schedule, for example, would eliminate the problem of having officers working when they aren't needed, saving money. Instead, more is being added, increasing the biggest piece of the city's budget pie.
This year we've made an investment which I think people broadly would support because they want us to make sure that some of the things we saw last summer where there was a challenge to the safe city that is Toronto, they wanted us to deal with those.
Last summer, an 8-week blitz saw 200 more officers deployed to at-risk neighborhoods.
So we've made some additional investments in the police, including in the men and women who actually do the work to make sure that the city stays safe.
Toronto police officers have until next Thursday to try and ratify this agreement. Coming up in just a few minutes, there are more questions surrounding this deal and the amount of money that is being proposed for the Toronto Police and why it's significantly more than other city workers. A new contract for Toronto police officers is being presented to the members by the union. However, it is being criticized because right now the city's budget is tight and this offer is significantly more than what other city workers are making. 11% over 5 years. That's how much the police union has reportedly negotiated for its officers in a tentative deal reached this week. It's a hefty price the city can't afford, though, according to the former police board chair.
The city is virtually broke. It is having to struggle to meet its other important program priorities. And here we are going to give several $100 million in wage increase in perpetuity.
One of the main points of contention is the salary increase police will be getting compared to other public service employees. This deal offers police an average annual increase of more than 2% over 5 years, while city workers represented by CUPE are only getting an average of 1.25% increase over 4.
It's higher than the increase that the city has given its other employees with whom it has gone into conflict, whom it has resisted, and he is one of the city's best paid group of employees.
They're going to be different than other workers. Each contract reflects a set of circumstances and a set of people working in the public or private sector that do different work, and so different considerations come into play.
The mayor and others make the case that police officers continually put themselves in harm's way, especially in the wake of increased violence in the city.
We believe that this is a fair contract, not only for our police officers and civilians, but as a taxpayer who lives in the city of Toronto, we think, this is a fair deal for all parties.
The agreement would reportedly give officers an increase in benefits as well, while other city workers have been reduced. It's important to note that another $30 million is also being added to the police budget. Officers have until next Thursday to vote.